Hello, Divine Feminine. It's wonderful Wednesday. Wow, it's the 1st of February today, the month of love. It's really exciting, and I really feel this is going to be a powerful day. I'm going to read from the I Can Do It calendar. I am sharing those little short messages every single day right now, and I've got the message here for February, and I want to read it out because it's going to blow your mind. I'm also going to bring in the Angels and Answers Oracle by Kyle Gray, and I'm going to bring in the book. But I feel this is a day when you're going to feel relieved that January is over. Not that January has been a bad month at all. It's been enlightening, powerful, motivating, creative, but it feels fresh and new in a new month. And, a month where we can really buckle down and get things done, work on self-love. Maybe this is the day you're starting your gratitude journal. You may have already got your vision board and your creation box sorted and you're ready to go. So it feels like full steam ahead, blue skies ahead. And I love that we've got the fox today on the calendar because, it's like the fox is saying to you, everything's happening. The fox is connected with solutions, making decisions, planning, working things out. And, the fox is really strong today in this power. Look at his face and the way he's coming towards you. And he's saying, turn your face towards a bright future because it's waiting for you. So this is reminding you that great things are coming in. So what does the fox say? What the fox say? It says, enjoy this day. So the message on the calendar for February says this month, listen to your body. And I love that because that's exactly what we're doing. We've been experiencing deep ascension, heavy ascension symptoms. We've been experiencing what our twin is feeling. The masculines are going through a deep cleanse right now. My masculine is too. He's on a fruit diet right now. And he's been really releasing toxins from his body. He's been having a few headaches with that as well as his body adjusts to the higher vibrational, food and energy. So the masculines are going through a lot right now to prepare for the next steps. They're all in the same boat, or the same energy, the same collective vibration, no matter whether they are communicating with you or not, no matter if you are in union or you're not yet, they are preparing for something new. It's like they're being delivered towards their mission. And I'm also feeling some cool weather in February too. We've got snow on the trees in this little message here. And I'm feeling that this is still the cleansing energy that's happening. And it feels like March is coming in with a bang with heat. So I'm not saying it's going to be hot weather in March, but it feels like things are heating up. Action, power. This is another month where we are preparing to express and getting ourselves ready through self-love. And, there's going to be communication coming in for many of you, especially around Valentine's Day. The masculines are already thinking about that right now. The fox is showing that to you, planning, preparation, solutions. But this is also a month of preparing for what's ahead, getting ready for the new. So listen to your body and listen to your body's messages and support it in creating vibrant health. And that means if you need a day off, take it. If you need a lie-in, have one. If you need a little bit more rest, make sure you're doing you and listening to what your body needs. If you need to have, a day off social media, or you just need to leave your phone in another room, or you need to go in nature, or whatever your body needs, listen to it. And it's so powerful, because I've really been guided to create health decks lately. I did the messages from Spirit Oracle, that's now live, that you can watch that and, you can have a look at that or make playing cards. And as soon as I get the walkthrough, I'm going to be doing, as soon as I get my deck. What are you talking about, Liz? Come on. As soon as I get my deck, I'm going to be doing a walkthrough on that as well. Messages from the other side, from your loved ones. And I created the Archangel Raphael Oracle, which is about health and healing and vibrancy and creating vibrant health in your life. And the next step they're guiding me to create is Archangel Honiel, the angel of peace, the angel of grace, so we can find more peace in our life and understand it much better. When you feel tired, rest. So the angels are saying, give yourself what you need. If you feel tired, rest. And it's the same with the journey. When we feel depleted or drained because we're overgiving or we're focused on our twin, we need to rest. We need to pull back our energy. And if we're not doing that, the universe will make it happen. That's when the masculines may block you out of the blue, or, the things happen so you can't communicate with them anymore, or you can't keep giving to them so that you replenish yourself. It's always protection. It's always a blessing in disguise, because not only do you feel better after the initial shock of it anyway when you're replenishing yourself, but it allows the masculines to come forward. So often we're afraid that if we don't reach out, the connection's going to die, or they're going to stop communicating. And that's the risk we have to take, but they always come back. I remember being there myself and thinking, I have to continue communication because he's not going to communicate with me. But he always did. May take a few days, sometimes a week, but he'll always communicate, if you take that step back. And I know there's many of you who've been out of communication for a lot longer than that. But the point I'm making is, when we finally take back our power and we stop trying to make it happen and we trust the journey to unfold, that's when they step forward, because we've let go. That's true surrender. That's giving it to God and trusting the love. And really that's what this month is about, self-love, giving to ourselves all the things that we crave from them. And Valentine's Day is just another day. Just another day. It's how we perceive it that makes it the way it is. So we can look at it and think, it's not going to be a nice day for me because I'm not with him or her, or they're with someone else. But you can have the best day of your life on Valentine's Day by giving to you, taking yourself out, buying yourself some flowers, buying yourself a card. Maybe you want to buy a card now and post it to yourself. Little things like that. I remember when I was at school and, I really fancied a boy at school on Valentine's Day. And I got a card, a Valentine's Day card, and I thought it was off him. And it wasn't. My mum had sent it to me, but I thought it was off him. And I remember being appalled. I was devastated because I really had an expectation. I wanted it to be from him. So I took it out on my mum. And I was just, annoyed that she'd done that. And now I just see what a beautiful thing it was that she did. And, later down the line, like when I was in my 20s and 30s, my mum used to always give me a Valentine's card. And I used to always give her one because I used to say, you're the true love of my life. So this is about seeing things in such a different way, how we grow and learn, and we realise that we're being protected and we're being loved. So back at school, my mum was giving me love, giving me that card. And when we are blocked by our twin is really giving us love, because you want them to be around you when they're in a higher energy. The universe is protecting you like a mother protects a child, or a mother loves a child. So this is about seeing things in a new way. So it's all about perception. It's all about love. And, I did eventually get a date with that guy, but obviously he wasn't the one anyway. But really, if I'd have known back then that that was a preview of what's to come, I would have been excited about that card anyway, no matter where it would have come from. Because that was also a sign from heaven and the universe that I was attractive. Even when I was at school with my big hair, this is what the angels want you to know. It's all about learning and growth and perception. Everything is a blessing. Even the blessings that come disguised as challenges or painful times or stress or struggle, we learn and grow. So if you feel tired, rest. Exercise in ways that are fun and choose nourishing foods and beverages. Exercise in ways that are fun. Now, I feel that this is about uplifting your vibration. Exercise, you may be automatically thinking about a physical activity, something fun. Maybe you want to go swimming and you haven't been swimming for a while. Or you want to do some dance. Maybe you want to do a dance class. Maybe you want to do a pole dancing class. Something fun. Or you want to go out with your friends for a night out. You haven't done that for a while and have a boogie. Or something else that feels good to you. Something fun. Something you can make fun. Or you can make your routine fun by starting your day in gratitude. By being excited. The other day I went to my vision board in the morning. I've started doing a routine in the morning where I come into my office in here and I look at the vision board and I spend 10 minutes saying my affirmations and boosting my mood. And the other day, I really felt flat. I spoke about this a little bit yesterday. And I thought, okay, how am I going to get myself from feeling flat to feeling high as a kite? How am I going to do that? So I just started moving my body. So I was standing at my vision board, just started moving like this. Every day I'm happy. Every day. And I just started saying silly things and I started moving and then I started getting into it. And then once I felt like my vibration was higher, I started doing my affirmations and it boosted me up. So it's as easy as that. It's as easy as that. Maybe you want to put your music on while you're having your morning shower or a bath or, you're getting ready. Whatever you decide to do that boosts you up and gives you that booster so you can either work on your goals and dreams in that way, or even when you're traveling to work, you've got your favourite song on the radio, it's lifting your vibration up. So you don't need to do a morning ritual like I do where you stand in front of your vision board. That's only a new thing I've started doing over the last few weeks, as I've been guided to. But this is about doing it your way. So maybe you want to boost your mood and then write your gratitude out, or hold your gratitude rock, or sing, or think about something you're wanting to create in a magical way. That boosts your vibration. And choose nourishing foods and beverages. So maybe you're thinking, right, I'm on a cleanse this month because your masculine will be in some way. You may not be aware of what that is, but, they may just not be drinking as much alcohol. They may be doing that this month, or they may be choosing to cut down on something, or go for a walk, or do something else, or not pay attention to negative vibrations or whatever they're doing, but they will be cleansing themselves in some way, preparing for you and preparing for the new. As I said, George is doing the fruit diet right now. So this is very much about choosing things that nourish you. And you know what works for you and you know what doesn't. As you get older, you can't eat or tolerate certain things. And it's the same when we get older spiritually. We can't eat or tolerate certain things anymore. That's why a lot of us decide to give up alcohol, caffeine, red meat, things that feel toxic, things that we used to do. Even things we pay attention to, like the programs we watch or the places we go or the people we surround ourselves with, the way we speak as well. This is about changing you. I remember that every cell in my body responds to every thought I think. And when we remember that has power. Think about your cells in your body. Your cells work for you to make you healthy, to combat disease. When you're going through anything, your cells are right there fighting for you. And they respond to every thought you think. So if you're lifting your vibration and feeling good and saying to your body, I love you, and you're being gentle with yourself and giving yourself loving kindness, and you're being good to yourself, your cells are going to feel healthy. If you're feeling negative and you're being negative towards yourself and beating yourself up and not giving yourself what you need and, shouting at yourself for mistakes, your cells aren't going to feel like they're ready to fight. They're going to feel depleted and drained like you. So it's really important we remember our thoughts have power. Our words have power. We have power. And I spoke about that yesterday, how even if we're saying something in jest, calling our masculine a silly name, not really meaning it but saying it anyway, or, we're bad-mouthing them to someone else, or it's all affecting the situation you're in. And it's all affecting the connection because you are one. So you have to remember, if you're being nasty to them, you're being nasty to you. And if you're being nasty to you, you're being nasty to them because you are one. So remember, when they're being nasty to you and doing things without thinking, it hurts them as well as you. In fact, it hurts them more because they feel it more, because they've inflicted that. And remember, hurt people hurt people. Everything is done through fear. Every evil act in the world, it comes from fear. Fear of lack, fear of not being good enough, fear of trying to get one over on someone, to feel better. Everything we desire in this life, whether it's union with our twin, communication, or a material thing, or, something we want, we desire it because we feel that we think we're gonna feel better in the having of it. And we may really want to manifest that and work, our ass off to get that. And when we do, we forget that we've created that because something will turn up in its place and we want something else then. Because we're always striving for more. We're always craving more. As Abraham Hicks says, we never get it done. There's always more to do. That's why this is a journey of ongoing growth, because it's not like you get into union and everything stops and that's it. You live happily ever after. We want more. We do more. We have more. We create more. We're on mission. We're learning new lessons and finding new ways of doing things. And that's what this journey is all about. And that's why, I've got these earrings on today, just to remind me there about spelling. Spelling. What do we do at school? We do spelling. We spell words because words are powerful. We think about a spell, it's where we create something and make something happen. And you're being reminded that your words have that power. The way you think has power, but the way you speak has power too, because words have power. Spelling, it's creating a spell. So do you want to bring something magical into your life? And they give me fear. Or do you want to bring fear in and struggle and doubt? You always have a choice. And that's hard to understand sometimes too when, we feel like, because it's always about how we feel, other people affect us. What they do means whether we're going to have a good or a bad day. But really, it's our choice, because outside influences should never affect our choice. We have a choice. We can choose to be happy regardless of what's going on. And that's something we have to learn and uncover. And we do that through daily practices such as gratitude, choosing to feel good. Once you do it one day, you can do it the next day, and the day after that, and the day after that. We always have a conscious choice. Don't let other people affect your vibration or dim your light or dull your sparkle, because you came here to shine. Doesn't matter who it is. If someone says something to you and you haven't really got an emotional attachment to them, you don't care. You think, I don't care what you think. I really don't care. Yet if your twin says the same kind of thing, it can hurt you and go into your body and affect you and make you feel bad. But it's the same energy. It's just why you let your twin affect you when you didn't let that other person affect you. It's because you have, or why do they affect you? Because you have emotional attachment to them. And you care about what they think. But what matters is what you think and what you know. And they may just be having a bad day or a bad moment, and they want to inflict some pain to feel better. Or they're not doing it, from a really nasty, evil place, but doing it from I didn't think before I spoke. Why did I do that? Because they always question their own behaviour at some point. And when we hurt others, we're hurting ourselves. Hurt people. Think about all the times you've lashed out. It's because you've been hurting. The reason why I lashed out at my mum when I was at school and she sent me that gorgeous Valentine's card was because I felt hurt that it wasn't from him. And that was ridiculous. That was silly. It was a childish thing for me to do, but I had to learn. When I think about the things I used to do as a teenager and as a young adult in my 20s, sometimes I cringe at the things I did and the way I behaved and the way I acted, but it was all lessons, and now I forgive that girl I was, that person I used to be. And, I understand why I felt that way through my own insecurities, my own fears, my own doubts, my own jealousy, the pain I used to be in. And then you heal because you grow and you understand yourself better, because it starts with kindness and self-love, being good to yourself. Being kind to yourself, being your own best friend, being there for yourself when nobody else is. Realising that when your twin isn't around you, you are learning to give to you. They are teaching that to you. It's a blessing in disguise. When we want our twin the most and they aren't there, what are we learning? We're learning that we come into this world by ourselves and we can handle whatever comes our way because we have power. God-given power. God gave us that power. You would not be given anything that you can't handle. And all we ever need in any moment is our connection with ourselves and our connection with Source. And then God brings in the people we need, the guidance we need, and brings our twin back in at the right time. So remember, everything you're going through, all the things you may be shouting at your twin for, are actually beautiful lessons that you are learning. They're building your warrior spirit and bringing in power. I remember that every cell in my body responds to every thought I think, so I choose positive thoughts of self-love. And I love that we've got that energy. So when things feel cold or cool or cruel, give to you all the things you want, and that warms you up inside. So let's bring a message in today. What do we need to know, please, today, angels? What do we need to know? Wow, look at that jumping out the deck there. Amazing. So where did that go? So the message for today is, do you know, I've got angel bumps. Look at this. And you saw it jump out. We've got the fox. What does the fox say? Can't write it, can you? Look at this for power. And it flew across the room just to prove to you that the angels know what they're doing. The fox says, trust your talents in changing times. Trust your talents. And what are your talents? Your psychic power, your intuition, your divine feminine strength, the light that radiates within you, the way you overcome the ego, the way you can respond with love, the way you choose positive thoughts, choose happiness, choose joy. And the spirit of the fox is about this planning energy and finding a solution and working out what to do. So the fox is coming through to you today to say, this month, focus on you and self-love. If you feel you're overgiving, if you feel you're getting stressed out, frustrated, impatient, it's a sign to give back to you. You know, always look at yourself as the observer and say, okay, why am I feeling this way? What do I need to change or sort out in myself or my life to feel at peace today, regardless of what's going on? And trust your talents in changing times. And what that means is times are changing. You know, we've been through the COVID era. There's other things going on, the economy, craziness right now. So you have to trust that you have talents, that you have power to share with the world. So if you're thinking, I really want to write that book, I really want to start that YouTube channel, I really want to make my website and start healing others, I really want to help others do massage or Reiki or crystal therapy or angel therapy or whatever you've been guided to do, now is the time, because times are changing. People are a lot more receptive now because people are awake and aware and spiritual, whereas they may have been closed down years ago. So now people are more aware of these things, interested in these things, wanting to know. So there's people out there that want to hear from you and who are ready to be healed by you. But you have to allow yourself to tap in with your unique talents during these changing times, and you'll be supported. You know, when you do what you love to do, the things you're passionate about, the universe bends to your will and gives you the things you need, the resources, the people, the time, the energy, the money, the material support, because you're doing what you've come here to do, because you are a light worker. That means you're here to work your light in whatever way that is. Shine your light with the world, and your light is what turns you on, what makes you happy, what gives you angel bumps, what makes you excited to get up in the morning. Those are the things. And you might be excited the morning you wake up knowing you're going to see your twin, but this is about doing you and your life your way. You know, every day I wake up excited because I know I'm going to be helping others. I know I'm going to be doing what I love, using cards and connecting with angels and feeling the power of heaven when things like this happen, when this card flies out of the deck and really resonates with the message for this day. That's what makes it for me. You know, when you guys say thank you for helping me, or, you know, you remember something because something's come through in a reading or it's really resonated with you, these are the things that float my boat. So what floats your boat today? The fox is saying do that during these changing times, which means the energy we're in now as we move towards changing times, new beginnings, fresh starts, the new age, the golden age, the time of awakening. So let's bring in the book today. So I know I'm on the right page today. So we've got use loving words. Wow. See how everything happens for a reason. There's no random events. There's no coincidences. Everything happens for a reason. I was meant to do what I did with the other days to get the right message today. And it says use loving words. This is about speaking with love. Remembering that your thoughts have power. They are spells. Your thoughts create your reality and your future. So remember, even if you say something in jest, is it serving you or is it causing problems? Is it helping or hindering your life? Your words have that power. The words that you speak about yourself, other people, and situations in your life are like putting in an order at a restaurant. They determine what you receive in return. When you speak thoughtfully, your life is filled with loving, harmonious experiences. When you speak harshly, negative energy is the result. So today, make it a point to choose only loving words as you speak. And notice how previously troubling situations will shift in response. We can help you with this process, reminding you to see the best in everyone and everything. In this way, greatness comes to you. Isn't that powerful? In this way, greatness comes to you. So in other words, you have a choice. What words are you going to speak today? What thoughts are you going to think today? And we all think things that maybe aren't nice sometimes, but we don't have to say them out loud. And when we catch that thought, we can observe it without judgment and say, okay, why do I feel that way? What am I learning from that? You're learning to have compassion, empathy, understanding, to see things in a different way. So the thought for today is, I speak lovingly about myself, other people, and situations. When I use compassionate words, I am voicing the ultimate truth. I am voicing the ultimate truth. Isn't that powerful? Let me get the day right for tomorrow there. So when we are authentically being ourselves, we want to speak that way. That's why when I'm channeling messages, there's no swearing. There's no swearing because there's no swearing vibration. And that's the truth. When I'm operating in the angelic realm and I'm channeling these messages through heaven and God and the angels, the word they give me is hogwash. The ego word would be something very different. And that's why when we're operating in our higher self, we repel away those kind of things. Hearing swear words can be very toxic or, repellent in a way to us. Whereas I remember in my 20s, every other word out my mouth was, an F word or a swear word. Whereas now I rarely swear. I do sometimes, obviously, when I'm out of when I'm out of my higher self, out with my friends or whatever I'm doing, it just kind of comes out sometimes. But when I'm channeling messages, it's operating in a higher vibration. And those types of words are a lower vibration. Even though there's some people out there that say it's therapeutic to swear and do these things, and that's fine, that works for you. But it all depends on your own energy. Something's working for you, keep doing it. If something isn't working for you, it's time to stop. And that's why as well, sometimes we can move away from certain people if they are in that vibration. If they are swearing a lot and it doesn't gel with you, you shouldn't have to be around that just to be around that person or that situation. And as we grow and evolve spiritually, these are things that can change. Going out and spending time with friends, maybe used to go clubbing and used to love doing that. I did. But now, it's a different vibration. Because, I've, not drank alcohol for a long, long time. But it's a lot different going out drinking alcohol than going out sober. You see things in a different way. And it's nice every now and again, not long ago, me, Sandra and Marianne went out, they came over to Stoke where I live, and we went out in Hanley and we had a great night, dancing and, we just had a great night. That's what it was about, drinking. We were drinking water most of the night, non-alcoholic ciders, none of us were drinking alcohol, but we were enjoying just being in the vibe of each other. But we did notice all the crazy going on around. People that were trying to start fights or, people that couldn't even stand up properly. And we've all been there, I've been there, I've drank so much, I've passed out and thrown up and done all these things. But what I'm saying is when we wake up spiritually, we just don't gel with doing it the same way. And anyone who does those things, we just naturally stop being around. I remember when I stopped drinking and I'm going back years now, like I was 30 when I gave up alcohol. And I remember when I stopped drinking, I was still spending time with the same people for a while, and they couldn't understand why. I remember I went out with one guy, I went on a date, and, we were in this bar, and he couldn't get his head around it at all. And he was at the bar, and he felt embarrassed that I didn't want to drink. Because he said, what do you want? And I said, I'll just have an orange juice or a J2O or whatever I had at the time. And he said to the bartender, oh, she's going to have a drink in a minute. And I said, I'm not going to have a drink in a minute. And he felt embarrassed for me because that's what he's used to. So, we also, with our, the way we are and the way we become, we also push people's foundations and boundaries and limits so they see things in a new way. And obviously, that date didn't go on for long. I think I left the date anyway after a couple of hours because we just did not gel. But it's the fact that, even my friends were like, why aren't you having a drink? What's up with you? What's wrong with you? And I remember being in that energy years ago, when I was drinking constantly and, I wanted my friends to be drinking because I was drinking, and if they weren't doing it, I'd be like, what's up with you? Or trying to make them have a drink. And it just shows how, our own beliefs influence things. But when we wake up spiritually and change and evolve, we don't care what people think. Who cares what people think? I found it funny that he was embarrassed by my behaviour, because why would my behaviour affect him in any way? I was like, I don't want to drink. Well, you will in a minute. I was like, no, I won't. So it's funny, really, when you look back and you process your life and the way things have happened and the way we grow and evolve. So maybe take a little bit of time today thinking about the past and laughing about it, and thinking, wow, I'm so much stronger now. I'm so much better now than I used to be. But forgive and bless the previous person you were, because without that person, you wouldn't be the person you are today. I look back at the girl I was in my teens and 20s, loving going out drinking, not really caring about myself and, having no self-worth. And I think, I just send that girl love now, because she was a girl and I'm a woman, but I'm still growing. I may look back in 20 years and think, wow, the person you were now, like the person I used to be, is not who I am there and then. It's because we're always evolving and changing. But that's what you need to remember today. Your words have power. You have power. Remember your power and know that this is the start of the month of self-love. And it's the start of something great in your life. Begin today as you mean to go on. Have a great day, sending you so much love, and I'll see you soon.